this truck is getting a bad starter. It doesn't turn over very well, and we have to put jumper cables on it just to give it a little more hump. The second time it's done that now, so I think a starter is going to be on the menu. It's kind of brisk this morning. It was nice when I went to bed last night. I didn't think I was going to run the heater, and I woke up about 4 o'clock this morning, and it was a little brisk in the truck. A little foggy out today too. We're gonna let the truck warms up. Let Damien's truck warm up for a few minutes, and then we'll get to getting. And now we are on our way up to Walnut, Iowa. That's where we have to reload with our seed to take back up to Marcus to the processing plant. Would be the place. That was one of the fastest vac jobs I've ever had. 20 minutes, I suppose. We were loaded. It didn't take long. Talked to the guys a little bit, got my paperwork, pretty much left. So that was nice. If we could talk the office into staying another hour late for work, we could get unloaded tonight yet. That won't happen, especially on a Friday night. They're not going to work an hour late if they don't have to, and it's overtime, so you know, corporate rules. Made it home. So I'm hoping the ground is firmed up enough and this concrete is strong enough that I can drop the trailer this weekend. The truck needs a bath. Thought about running the overhead on it this weekend. Not sure. My jakes sound kind of off. Just the tone of them. It's just never. But it's about that time. It's been for sure 100,000 miles. So it's time to be ran. So I think, depending on how this weekend goes, we got a benefit this weekend for those families that lost those kids in that house fire. So we have that tomorrow night. And just a lot of stuff to get done before the snow starts really flying. It's going to be nice this weekend. So. Well, that's supposed to go across there, but we were loaded over the weekend, and I went to wash my truck, and I was questioning the integrity of the concrete for quite a while. Good news is I don't have to question it anymore. So we had to call our buddy with the payloader so he could lift the front of the trailer up, which the payloader wouldn't quite do it. We didn't have a heavy load, so that was our saving grace. And then me and Damien started stacking blocks on the ground and put bottle jacks underneath, and 6 inches at a time we kept lifting it up and building blocks underneath to hold the front end up. Yep, like I said, I was questioning it, but you can see a little crushed rock here and a little crushed rock here. Damien's trailer was parked here all weekend, unloaded, or loaded, but unhooked. I was right here. But like I said, I was kind of questioning it, because it's got a lot of cracks in it. But like I said, good news is I don't have to question it anymore. So after that eventful Sunday night, we got the trailer hooked back up. We got unloaded this morning. I came back home to get that piece taken off because I didn't want it to break off going down the road. And my luck, it would stab probably up in a hopper because that's just how things work for me. But today's agenda, we are, I got unloaded. Damien's loading. We have bulk going to, is it White Lake? Yeah, White Lake, South Dakota. So I'm gonna head in. I made the Courtney lunch, so I'm gonna head in just before lunch and get loaded, and then I can have lunch with Courtney. And then not sure if we're gonna head out tonight. It's only a 3.5 hour drive, so I was half tempted just to get up early. We have to deliver at 8, so be on the road by like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I can just sleep in my own bed. And then we got to turn around and go right back to Kimball, which I might just do the same thing, just stay at home. That's a 4-hour drive. Wednesday, we'll probably haul grain from the sounds of it. Thursday, we have more bulk going. Oh, where was that one going to? I think it's Lake Andes over by Pickstown, South Dakota. So we got a full week of bulk. Looks like we'll get some just co-op work on Wednesday and Friday as of right now, unless the schedule changes or something happens. So that's the plan for now. My parents dropped off some treats for the little fatties. We gotta get you more hay. You guys eat this corn stalk so fast. You guys want a pumpkin? I'll get you a pumpkin. I'm getting a little soft. Uh-oh. You're gonna have to work for it. It kind of broke. Oh yeah, get your head in there. You want one more? I'll give you guys one more. Another squishy. Ugh. Another squishy ishy. Uh-oh. There you go. That one kind of cracked open. We sold 6 of them, so we got these 5 guys left. One will be ours to take to the locker next spring. And the other 4 we've got sold to feed out, so. Quack, quack. You guys haven't finished your pumpkin yet. You guys are all hanging out in here because it's getting cold out. Kyle, this is your last week here. We've got too many roosters. And you're loud, so that's also one of the reasons you're going bye-bye. Got a friend that's gonna take most of the roosters. She wants some more. It's actually the lady that we got all the chicks from. Hey, Red. But she wants some of the roosters back because they don't have very many and we have too many, so we're gonna get some of the roosters back. Kyle's gonna go. You guys want a pumpkin? Oh, you ran. That hurt. I'm sorry, Red. If you would just stayed still. Yeah, smack it into his butt. I didn't mean to hit you. I was throwing it over you. You make one heck of a receiver. Yeah, say, Bruce, open that thing. Alright, we're getting loaded. It's another really small load. It's only a 35,000 pound load. So 16 boxes. We'll put 8 in the front, 8 in the rear. We are loaded. We're gonna leave the trailer hooked up. We're not gonna drop it like we did last time. No, sir. Good times. Trailer does need to wash though. We get the wheels polished up someday. But this week turned into a even busier week than I had planned on. It's sprinkling. Maybe the truck will get a natural bath. So while I was getting loaded, they set up another run for this week. So we've got 4 busy days this week. So we'll head out in the morning. I don't think I need anything. Oh. So we'll head out in the morning. And then I'm not sure if we'll make it back in time. Got to go out to White Lake, so that one's going to be pushing it. So if it goes quick and smooth, we'll come back and reload for Kimball we'll deliver that Wednesday morning. And then Thursday morning we have to load, and we're going to Lake Andes, which that one's only like 3 hours one way. So We should be able to make it back and reload on Thursday afternoon for Friday delivery in Kimball. So 2 Kimballs, White Lake, and Lake Andes this week. Good morning. We are off to White Lake, South Dakota. Got a bunch of rain last night. Wasn't really in the forecast. So I'm not really sure how this is gonna work for today, but the guy we're delivering to, I was kind of talking to him a little bit last night. He had a half an inch of rain in about a half an hour, so we didn't get it that bad. I mean, we got probably a half an inch, but ours is kind of spaced out over the span of a few hours. So he was sending me some pictures of his yard last night. He just said, we'll make it work. Worst case scenario, he goes, I'll just dump all your guys' seed into my trailer and I'll unload it later. So one way or another, he's gonna make it work, which is really nice, but I doubt we'll have to get that drastic. I ran into a little more drizzle up here by Sioux Falls. So hopefully this kind of knocks it off, because whether he wants to load us into his hoppers or into his bins, we can't unload if it's raining or misting. But it's definitely in the morning that everyone wants to get fuel and then go inside without pulling ahead. This Atlas trailer in front of me and this pickup to the right, they're both done fueling and they both went inside. Neither one pulled ahead. Inconsiderate, right? She's soggy. This is one of the faster places we unload. He's gonna need me to back up to get the hopper all the way open or not? As quick as this is going, we won't have a problem getting reloaded tonight for our Kimball load tomorrow. We're unloaded. That went really quick, so we should be back to Marcus about 2 o'clock. So we'll have an hour and a half and they can get us loaded. I think we're gonna turn around and just come right back out here. Like it's cleanup days at the golf course here in Alcester. Smells like a campfire. Damien will be getting loaded here shortly. Actually, I think he's starting already, but as soon as he's done, I gotta get moved over and I'll get loaded. I think I changed my mind. I'm gonna stay home tonight. I'm just gonna get up early. I'm not in the mood to drive another 4 hours today. Just not feeling it. So we'll just do the same thing tomorrow as we did today. Kimball is not much farther than White Lake, so we can get up early, head to Kimball, unload, get back, get reloaded, and then go to yeah, the one I said earlier, Lake Andes. Another light load. Oh, happy 4 a.m. Brr. A little bit of a foggy one this morning. So we have 210 miles. Oh, it just changed. 215 miles. I don't know why. We have approximately 212 miles to Kimball. And our paperwork says we have 221.5 miles to Kimball. those corn piles seem to be everywhere this year. We got big loads this week. That's half of it right there. So we got two different varieties going to this guy, so that's why we can't put this all on one trailer. All loaded up. Damien should be here shortly, and then he'll get loaded up. Yeah, we're breaking records today. Well, it has become that time of year when I have inside shoes and outside boots. The rain we got the other day just turned our yard to mud. It never matters how much rock we put down. It just sinks. We had 100 ton of this rock brought out just a year ago. But it's that time of day. All right, watch out. Watch your heads. We'll get you one more. Should we grab a big one? Ugh. There we go. That one's smashed. We'll try this one again. Gotta try this one back. That one just doesn't want to. It kind of blew the side out. Yes. And then there's you. Alright. Now we gotta go check on Red and Bruce. Give them their nightly pumpkin. Hello, Mama. Hey, Bruce. You guys want your pumpkin? Oh, you still got some of yesterday's pumpkin. Ugh. That one crashed, but you guys are good. You can always bust it open. There you go. What do you think, Bruce? Yeah, she's got a pumpkin. All right, you guys have a nice night. You can Netflix and chill, or pumpkin and chill. Whatever it is you pigs do. Another foggy morning. It's now Thursday morning, and we are off to Lake Andes with that really small load of bulk. Gonna need the heated mirrors and the defrost on this morning. Everything's kind of just keeps fogging over on the outside. And once again, we get to run all the way across South Dakota, but this time it's not on interstate. We get to run all the way across on Highway 18. We typically take Highway 81, but they've had a temporary surface on the highway, basically Hayward in Iowa over to Beersford, South Dakota on that highway, that chunk of highway there. They got half of it done after 2 years, and the other half they still have a temporary surface, and all it does is crumble and fall apart. And, well, if you need to knock any dirt off anything, that's the road to take, because you won't have any rust, dirt, maybe even a few missing parts by the time you get running across that. So we have to go north a little ways, jump on 18, and we'll run across over to Lake Andes on 18. So the fun part about doing on-farm deliveries is you can't really trust GPS or what the satellite shows. And a lot of these guys will give you directions, like, tell you what roads to take. This guy did not. So I came from over there. That's where the highway is. And I came from that direction. That's the acreage right back there that we need to go to. Right behind my mirror there. Well, I turned onto the gravel road, but then the road going to his place is a dirt road. That's more or less two wheel tracks that go through the pasture. So now I'm going around the section trying to figure out how to get to this guy's house so I can stay on gravel and make corners that I can make. This is kind of the one negative to about doing seed. But you do get to see a lot of the backcountry. You get to see a lot of things you'd never see on the interstate. They're unloading into a truck, I guess. That's a little different. I'm guessing that he's got another truck over there for me to unload into. Everyone does this all a little bit different, so you never know what you're going to get into. Now Damien's going to pull out and go all the way around and head out. I pull up right where he is. He'll move the auger underneath. And then he'll go park his truck underneath the end of the auger. Just like that, we are done. That was actually pretty quick. An hour for 2 trucks. Now we just have to navigate through here and get around this bin so we can get back on the road. So we have to go back. Damien's going to get his hopper loaded for tomorrow's bulk. Depending on when I get back, I'm either going to go and get mine loaded with bulk or then go home and drop this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays on top of the concrete this time. And then I'll have to grab the van and get the van loaded, because next week we got a van route for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So next week we'll get to go out to Illinois. We got 3 stops out in Illinois, and then we got to shoot across Missouri and go over to Nebraska. We've got 1 drop off in Nebraska and then back home. So about 1,600 miles for next week with the van.
Who leads you in carries and yards, be able to
now I get to see how MMCRU's doing at state. They're up 17-7 right now.
Changes on the field, and the other thing that it does, and it's a little less of a beast at this level.
So here's a view you don't see very often. We got to climb up here, and any beans that get stuck anywhere, we got to make sure we clean them all out. And my pull rod for my 5th wheel works excellent. Sometimes you'll get some kind of stuck in these corners. Get out of there. So every time we go to a different variety, we gotta do front and rear hoppers. All right, this one looks good. And now the rear hopper. Gotta make sure there ain't nothing stuck in these corners. Same thing, this ledge. It's not a bean yet. See, there's some right there stuck in that corner. And there's one. Stuck up in there. Come on, there we go. I think that corner leaks a little bit. Might have to seal that up. You can kind of see those 3 little areas must leak. So maybe this weekend we'll put that on our to-do list. Then you got to check underneath these ledges too. Sometimes there'll be a couple stuck under there. Oh, there's one. This one. All right, now, one more in there. Now I think we're good. Since they're short on help because everyone's at the state game, I gotta run the conveyor. I'm hired, I guess. I heard the pay's not very good. free labor for them. All right, they got their free labor out of me. Oh, I gotta wash this thing. Now I gotta go drop this trailer, go grab the van, and oh yeah, I still got the game going. It was halftime when we were loading, so 17-0 yet. 8 minutes left in the third. So we gotta turn that off so we don't pay attention to it and crash and die. Yeah, another big load. The van is dropped. We put some blocks underneath as a little extra safety. Anywho, now we got the van. Go get the first load put in here. All right, where's the little thing on the screen? Are we not going to show anything? There we go. 23-17. 3 minutes left in the fourth. Marcus has the ball and just got a big reception. Ooh, yeah. All right, Courtney's the first one in the trailer. I'm gonna record you crashing into our brand new trailer. That's what I'm gonna do. Jesus. Yeah, just slammed in the front wall. Look at her go. Oh, that's funny. They won it. MMCRU got the state title. That's pretty good for those boys. Now I'm gonna run over the scale. I'm not really sure. I'll have to see where the weights need to be. It's kind of a frosty morning. I don't know if you can see it or not. I think the grass is all white in the ditch. A little bit of haze in the sky this morning. So I am first in line. I took off a little bit before Damien and Jason. Jason had to get loaded yet this morning. So I took off, and then Damien is going to hold off about 20 minutes before he took off, and then Jason should be right behind him. So that way nobody's had to really wait for anyone to unload. About the time one truck's pulling out and the other one should be pulling in, and should flow nice and easy. But if you haven't figured it out yet, it's Friday morning now. I didn't really finish off the video yesterday because everyone was pretty excited about the boys winning that football game. So we got the 3 loads to go into Kimball today, and then that'll be the end of our week. So we got the van loaded for next week. So I can get an earlier start on that next week. And that'll be 2 good long days of running next week. And then the boys will be doing, they got a couple loads of bulk for next week for going outbound. So next week will be a short week for the holiday. You know you're in a big town when the city streets are gravel. That's just the standard. That's how you can tell that you've made it big. There's our guy right there. Push these belt conveyors too hard. It's 41 degrees out. That rubber belt's a little stiff, and then you get the seat on there, the beams and the weight. Sometimes they'll slip, so you gotta kind of go low and slow. The last time we were here, we filled that bin. Now we're on this bin, and I think on Tuesday when the kids come, they'll be putting that bin there, the far end one. real slow in backing up because he's kind of opening the door as you're backing up. So that you don't want to catch that leather kind of hopper or whatever you want to call it on this conveyor. Or pinch fingers or crush legs. So I always want to take it slow. Alright, I'm done and the boys just got here. Alright, we are done for the week. Made it home. Gonna get this thing all washed up. Get all this oil off the fenders, the fuel tank, front of the trailer. And yeah, I got the gaskets ordered. I got the wedge kit and the gear puller. So I'm hoping over Thanksgiving next weekend that we can get that fixed and get that taken care of. So, but that's gonna do this week. We'll see you guys in the next one.